Once you hit the iceberg, you what? I don't know. Anyways, um, could urban engineers learn from dance? Let's try to relate to that a little bit, a tiny bit. Can that thing get removed? Thank you very much. Urban engineers learn from dance. So, a slide of an introduction. The way we travel around the cities has a major impact on whether they are sustainable. Sustainable means to keep. Anyways, okay. So the passage is going to be something that is related to how we commute. That's it. So reference to an appealing way of using dance that the writer is not proposing. This is number one, appealing way, and the writer is not proposing. Example of a contrast between past and present. Mention of an objective. An objective means aim. It means goal. Reference to an unforeseen problem. Problem means a problem that cannot be seen, arising from ignoring the climate. Why some measures intended to help people are being reversed. Intended to help and being reversed. Reference to how transport has an impact to human life. Transport and impact to human lives. We have guardrails. Just because the question is at the very last, so I'm gonna navigate to the very last. I'm gonna find guardrails. Where's the guardrail? Where are you? There we go. So guardrails were introduced on British roads. So we have British road to improve the something of pedestrians. So we have the pedestrians, for example, or an engineering solution to pedestrian safety. So we already found the safety. Safety. Okay, pedestrians. So I'm gonna take this part and I'm gonna give this number as number 7 and highlight it a tiny bit. All right, there we go. While ensuring the movement of something is not disrupted, based on models that prioritize the smooth flow of the smooth flow of traffic. Sorry for that. So prioritize the smooth flow of traffic. So ensuring that the movement of traffic is not disrupted. Okay, so what? Traffic. We have the word traffic, and we have 2 answers already found in this part. So I'm going to give this a number 8. Whoops. So number 8. So the movement of not disrupted means smooth flow. Okay. Now, an unintended effect is to create psychological difficulties in crossing the road, particularly for less something people. All right. On wide major roads, they often guide pedestrians to specific crossing points and slow down their progress across the road by using staggered access points. Divide the crossing into two, one for each carriageway. Okay, so unintended effect is to create psychological difficulties in crossing the road. Psychological difficulties. So means pedestrians to specific crossing. So, or maybe it's staggered access points, crossing to two, particularly for less something people. Interesting way. Whoops, I forgot. I'm looking for the number 9. I had to look for number 10. God damn it. Okay, pedestrians are led to access points and encouraged to cross one something at a time. At a time. At a time is carriageway. Carriageway. How do you write that? Carriageway. All right, we have the word carriageway already here. So carriageway, this is going to be number 9. All right. All right, there we go. An intended effect in doing this, in doing so, they make crossing feel longer, introducing psychological barriers. Psychological barriers we already have found. Psychological difficulties greatly impacted those that are least mobile, and encouraging others to make dangerous crossing to get around the guardrails. Okay, so for less mobile people, that are least mobile, so psychological barriers that are least. Thank you. I don't need that. Least mobile. So it's gonna be number 10. Now, another result is that some people cross the road in a something way and encouraging others to make it dangerous something, blah, blah, blah. These barriers don't just make it harder to cross the road, they divide communities and decrease opportunities for healthy transport. Another result is that some people cross the road in a something way, and encouraging others to make dangerous crossing. Encouraging means to make, is not to make, but people cross the road is just a function, it's a psychological function. Another result is that people cross the road in a something way, and encouraging others to make dangerous crossings to go around to get around the guardrails. So it's going to be dangerous ways, a dangerous way. So there we go. Another problem here we have, not problem but solution. The guardrails separate something. So these barriers don't just make it harder to cross the road; they divide communities. So divide means separate. So communities, and make it more difficult to introduce forms of transport that are. As a result, many are now being removed, causing disruption. Okay, no. So no, they divide communities and increase, and make it more difficult to introduce forms of transport that are, and decrease opportunities for healthy transport that are healthy. Okay, we found two answers. We have two answers. All the answers are found in paragraph E. So okay. Now I'm gonna write here as number 12, and here is gonna be number 13. All right, there we go. Finally, we finished. It was it was easier than we thought, and I also got a table over here. So I'm just gonna try to make a paraphrasing table. Now, however, paragraph E, is it talking about anything about paragraph E? Paragraph E, the same is true in transport engineering, which use models to predict uh, and shape the way people move through the city. No, I don't know about that. Anyways, the way we travel around the cities has a major impact on whether they are just sustainable. Transportation is estimated to account for 30% of an energy consumption. Okay. In most of the world's most developed nations. So lowering the need for energy using vehicles is essential for decreasing the environmental impact of mobility. Okay. But as more and more people move to cities, it is important to think about other kinds of sustainable travel too. The ways we travel affect our physical and mental health, our social life, our access to work and culture, and our and the air we breathe. So engineers are tasked with changing how we travel around cities through urban design. But the engineering industry still works on the assumptions that lead to the creation of energy consumption transport system we have now. The emphasis placed solely on efficiency. The emphasis means that the support emphasis means support placed solely on efficiency, speed, and quantitative data. We need radical changes to make it healthier, more enjoyable, and less environmentally damaging to travel around the cities. Uh, so the impact basically is going to be this number 6. Impact on human life. I think this is going to be paragraph A. On human life means the ways we travel affect our physical. This is going to be the part that is number 6. All right. Now, dance might hold some of the answers. That is not to suggest everyone could. That is not to suggest. That is not to suggest. So, writer is not proposing. B. Instantly, you can find that. That is not to suggest everyone should dance their way to work. However, healthy and happy it might make us, but rather that the techniques used by choreographers to experiment with the design movement in dance could provide engineers with tools to stimulate new ideas in city making. All right, great. We found the answer. We found the answer for number 1. So there you go. Appealing way means healthy and happy. Appealing way, and that is not to suggest. And effect our blah 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 is going to be number 6. So yeah, first one we found. C. Whereas medieval builders we already found. Medieval builders could be something about relating to the past. whereas medieval builders improvised and adapted construction through their intimate knowledge of materials and personal experience of the conditions on a site. Building designs are now conceived and stored in media technologies that detached detach the designer from the physical and social realities they are creating. While the design practice created by these new technologies are essential for managing the technical complexity of the modern city, they have the drawback of simplifying reality and process. So medieval builders, and now conceived and stored in media technology. Uh, so so the word contrast between past and approaches to building. Past is medieval builders. Past is medieval builders. So I'm going to take this whole part and give this. Whoops, I'm sorry. I'm going to give this. I'm going to give this as a number two. Because medieval builders is past. Now is the present. Now conceived and blah blah blah. This is the present. Now, so this is going to be paragraph C. Easier than we thought. To illustrate, Senate discusses the Peachtree Center in Atlanta, USA, a development typical of the modernist approach to urban planning prevalent in the 1970s. Peachtree created a grid of streets and towers intended as a new pedestrian-friendly town for Atlanta. According to Senate, this failed because its designers had invested too much faith in computer-aided design to help them how it operate. So I'm going to underline that as well. According to Senate, something failed. Uh, okay. They failed to take into account the purpose-built street cafes could not operate in the hot sun without the protective awnings common in older buildings. Okay, another important message, and would need energy consuming air conditioning instead, or that its giant car park would feel so unwelcoming that it would put people off getting out of their cars. What seems entirely predictable and controllable on screen has unexpected results when it translated into reality. Unexpected results. Uh, so another thing here. So I think this is going to be. I think this is going to be number four. Number four is going to be the answer for us. Here I'm going to put two number fours because uh so unexpected results means unforeseen problems. So on the other hand, um ignoring the climate means hot sun without the protective awnings and so on and so forth. These are the paraphrases. Now, paragraph E, we already read it. F, if their designers had had the tools to think their bodies like dancers and imagine how these barriers would feel, there might have been a better solution. In order to bring about fundamental changes to the ways we use our cities, engineering will need to develop a richer understanding of why people move in certain ways and how this movement affects them. Choreography may not seem an obvious choice for tackling this problem, yet it shares with engineering the aim of designing patterns of movement within limitations of space. It is an art form developed almost entirely by trying out ideas with the body and gaining instant feedback on how the results feel. Choreographers, maybe this is the way to pronounce, have deep understanding of the psychological, aesthetic, and physical implications of different ways of moving. All right. The reason for why you have to read it a little bit quicker is that, of course, it's versus you and the time. So both dance and engineering. This is going to be number F. I mean, not number F. Number three is going to be letter F because both dance, both their bodies like dancers, and imagine how these batteries would feel. Okay, I'm gonna take that as a better solution. In order to bring fundamental changes, we use our cities. Engineering will need to develop a richer understanding. Uh, this is another part to highlight. Okay, so it's like both dance and engineers. Dancers have their own solution, and engineers will have to have a richer understanding of dancers. So we have choreographers who are the dancers, and engineers who are of course, I think they are the solvers probably. So number four, unforeseen problem. We did not make it as D. Uh, so probably number five is gonna be probably E as well, isn't it? Or not? Because uh, did we just actually do it? Uh, E because we read before. Let me read paragraph G. Observing the choreographer Wayne McGregor, cognitive scientist David Kirsch described how he thinks with the body. Kirsch argues that by using the body to simulate outcomes, McGregor is able to imagine solutions that would not be possible using purely abstract thought. This kind of physical knowledge is valued in many areas of expertise. No, this is not talking about anything about intended to help people are being reversed. That's number five. Um, I would say that this should be paragraph E. On wide major roads, they often guide pedestrians to specific crossing points and slow down. I think this is going to be paragraph E. Intended to help, they were intended to help. So the same is true transport engineering, which use models to predict the shape where people move through the city. These models are necessary, but they're built on specific worldviews in which certain forms of efficiency and safety are considered and other experience of the city ignored. So design seems logical models appear counterintuitive in the actual experience of their users. So it's saying that engineers have actually engineers have engineered a way to cross through the road, but however, they are ignoring the reality, the real experience that happens in reality. So that's pretty much it. We found the main we found the main aim. I mean, not the aim, but the main gist. So it was pretty easy, I would say, faster than we thought. So number one, appealing way. I'm just gonna give it a number one. So let me just one. Appealing way means where's an appealing way? Appealing way, and that is appealing way. Writer not suggesting. Writer not suggesting means healthy and happy. Healthy and happy versus that is not to suggest. Number two is what? Past and present. Past and present. Let me actually just do the past, present. So past means medieval builders versus now, now conceived, blah blah blah. Number three. Number three is going to be an objective, both dance and engineers. Both dance and engineers. So where's paragraph F? All right. Which one should I actually make it a little bit simpler? It just doesn't make sense if I write all of them. I just want to choose one part that makes the most sense. In order to bring fundamental changes to be used, engineers will need to develop a richer understanding, blah blah blah. I think let me just okay, just say both dance and engineering. Both dance versus engineering. Well, dance means and engineering is like bodies like dancers versus engineering will need to develop blah blah blah. Number four we have got as unforeseen problem. Unforeseen problem means unexpected results. Make this smaller letters. Number five, what do we have? Number five. Number five, we have intended to help being reversed. Intended to help and intended to help. What did I say? Intended. Wait, okay. Intended to help versus with, not versus, but ignored. Intended to help was where was it? Paragraph E. Paragraph E, of course, here. Paragraph E, intended to help means models are necessary. Models are necessary. Safety, so efficiency and safety are considered. City ignored, and something else is also ignored. So models are necessary. Ignored means city ignored. This is basically how I'm navigating through it right now. And impact on human lives. Impact on human lives. Impact on the human lives we have as so our physical and mental health, blah blah blah, keeps on going. All right, easier than we thought it should be. Number seven, improve. We have improve. Number 7, we have all of them are here. Improve means engineering solution. In engineering solution. 8 we have not disrupted. Disrupted. Not disrupted means smooth flow. Number 9 we have so well, one at a time. One at a time. One at a time means one for each. Number 10, again, number 10, we have, so particularly for less mobile people, psychological difficulties, psychological barriers, let's say psychological, is it psychological barriers? Yes. Can I'm just spelling it a little bit wrong. Psychological problems, difficulties means psychological barriers. 11, what is 11? What is going to be the 11? Cross the road in a something way. So cross the road in a something way means crossings to get around. Number 12 we have as separate. So separate means divide. And finally 13 we have what? Introduce forms of something that are more difficult to introduce. More difficult to introduce. More difficult to introduce means decrease opportunities. Decrease opportunities for something transport, for healthy transport. There we go. Now, I would not be able to save because it makes much more sense if I write like that. E and O and M. There we go, guys. Finished. It was pretty simple. Once you find the once you can find the paraphrase, it's really easy to find the answer. What you really have to do is we have to do two things. The one important part is when you find it, you have to just find the location of the answer and read the evidence. Just you should not stop with you should not stop in one paragraph. I mean, or one answer. So there we go, guys. This is the paraphrasing table, and these are the answers we have found. So far, it was the easiest for now. Okay, I'm gonna save both of them. So thank you very much for watching, guys. If you liked it, make sure to smash that wonderful like button. If you dislike it, dislike it as well. It doesn't matter. Both things motivate us to make more episodes. So yeah, thank you very much once again, guys, for watching, not to watch, but for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.